Hey house guests, welcome to today's BB20 updates and spoilers. Our house guest today is Krista Patton. Krista, thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it, and we hope you're enjoying this crazy season. And thanks so much for the support. I had hair in my mouth. We really appreciate it, and if you guys want to be house guests today, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. Alright, it's another early one, you guys. I got things to do. So anyway, yesterday, Rockstar, when we left off, Rockstar was asking Brett for help with her eviction speech. What are you doing? Is the hive ever going to wake up? I feel like they're all in their hive and the bees got sprayed with like that whatever bee killer spray, so they're all just like drowsy and asleep in there. Is somebody ever gonna just like hit that hive with a stick and wake them up? I mean, really. So basically, she wants to call out Angela and Tyler for having an obvious final two in her speech, but like, they don't actually have one that I know of. Maybe I missed something, but I don't think they do. They don't have like an official final two deal, but she really just wants to put a big target on Angela because she wants to be the last Angela staying. And in case you were wondering, Rockstar still thinks that she has the votes to stay this week. Okay, so, of course, Brett goes and tells Tyler and Angela about the speech that Rockstar is planning, and he's basically writing for her. So he's like, it's a bunch of bullshit. You know, I just helped her organize it, and she wants to say that Angela has two shields, meaning Casey and Tyler. So Angela's like, since when are friends shields? So Brett also tells them about this line that he gave to Rockstar. Instead of keeping Casey and empowering Angela, keep Rockstar and empower yourself. And he says that Rockstar really ate that up. She was like, oh my god, you're genius. So they're all laughing about that. And then they also laugh that Rockstar is like trying to pitch that she's all alone and she has no allies, which is ridiculous because just earlier in the week when she was trying to get Tyler to use the veto on her, she was like, oh, I got this group of 4 and we'll all keep you safe and blah blah blah. And Haley, when she was trying to pitch to Brett this other time, was also like, I have a group of 4. So yeah, you have allies, you're working with people, you're not fooling anybody. So then Brett's just saying, let me know if there's anything else that you want me to try and get her to say in her speech. So Tyler's like, tell her that me and Angela are related, because we're both from Hilton Head, blah blah blah. And Angela's like, hiding in plain sight, which is something that Rockstar said when she was talking about, you know, the secret alliance with Brett, which she's calling Mr. and Mrs. Smith. So, oh my god. So Angela's like, do you mind if I use that name, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, in my goodbye message to Rockstar? And Brett's like, oh yeah, for sure, go for it. Guys, aren't you thinking about jury votes? Yeah, they took that into consideration. None of them feel like they would get Rockstar's jury vote anyway. What if 2 of you are up against each other in the final 2? Who pissed off Rockstar the least? Yeah. Anyway, I feel like it's going to be a really bitter jury this season with all the blind sides and everything. It's going to be crazy. So anyway, JC and Fessy were chatting in the backyard, and Fessy wants to know how JC is voting this week. JC doesn't want to tell him because JC has been saying, like, to Tyler, he has vowed to stop talking game with the other side of the house. Like, this week is it. Things are going down. Lines are being drawn in the sand. So JC's pretty much been sticking with his word this week, not telling anybody from the other side how he's voting. I mean, he is still like talking a little bit of game, but he's not revealing how he's going to vote. So JC is like, all right, Fessy, Rockstar came to me claiming that she already had 4 votes to stay, and she told me that she would put up Tyler and Angela if she won HOH, and if necessary, Scotty would be the replacement nominee. So JC is like, that's really messed up because Scotty is presumably voting for Rockstar to stay, so how could she just turn around and put him up like that? It's messed up. So Fessy's like, yeah, well, it's her game, whatever. So he asked JC, who do you want to stay this week? And JC is like, I don't want to talk about my vote because I don't know who the hacker is. That's like the perfect excuse this week to not tell somebody how you're voting, because you're like, I don't know who the hacker is, I don't want my vote to get canceled out. So he's going with that story. And Fessy's like, come on, we can't work together if you're going to think that way. Like, why would you assume that I'm going to cancel out your vote if I'm the hacker? And, like, I'm not the hacker. So Fessy's like, honestly, everyone's under the impression that you're going to vote to keep Casey this week because of your, like, LGBT connection. I mean, is anybody really thinking that besides Rockstar? I don't see that being an issue outside of the house and, like, catching a lot of flack for that. It's kind of like a lame excuse, I think. But anyway, JC is deflecting. He does not want to talk about his vote. So he's like, there's no sides. I'm not working with anyone other than you. And he says, Fessy, I would never put you up, which I think is true. I don't think JC would directly go after Fessy like that because he knows that Fessy's not coming after him. So then JC is like, how do you expect me to work with Rockstar when, again, she's telling me that she would put Scotty up? It's not cool. I don't want a team like that. This team sucks. There's no organization. So then he's like, look at what happened last week. Haley was the hacker. She did whatever she wanted without asking anybody about it, without, you know, consulting anybody from the group. And Scotty goes and votes however the F he wants. Bailey goes and tells Rachel about her power app, but not her own alliance. This is an effing mess. Not to mention, JC's working with the other side. So he's not really in that group, but he's like, I can't work with these people. They suck. So then, later, the house guests had a picnic. Everybody joined in except for Brett. They were all eating JC's, like, chili dog creation. Brett did not join in because he was like, if this is some sort of America's task for Brett, or for JC, I don't want him to get the money. So he did not sit down and eat a hot dog with everybody else. Alright, it was pretty funny. I don't know. So then Sam and JC were discussing the votes later. He's a little more open with Sam than he was with Fessy. So neither of them want people to know how they're voting this week. Sam because she's close to both of the nominees, and JC because he doesn't want to be exposed. So JC is like, all right, I told you before what I was thinking about doing. And she's like, keeping Casey? And he's like, yeah. So he says he's worried that he's going to get a lot of backlash again on the outside if he votes out the only other LGBT person. I don't think he would. Maybe I'm being naive saying this, but I really don't think they care. Okay, I don't think it's a big deal. So JC is telling Sam, you do whatever you think is right this week. However, do not do what you did last week. Don't just go and tell everybody how you voted right after. That's very dangerous for your game because everybody's just looking for the tiniest excuses to target people right now. The less you speak, the better. I mean, I think that's pretty good advice. Also, JC wants to make sure there's potential to, like, cover his vote. So maybe he won't be exposed by this vote. Who knows? So the less people claiming their votes, the better for JC. So then they start talking about moving forward. Sam says she already decided what she would do if she wins HOH again. Oh? I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Did she target Angela? I don't know. But she says if she wins, she will announce it to everyone right away. And she will not be holding one-on-ones again because it's not going to change anything. Oh boy, I'd be really curious to see what she would do. So JC is like, okay, sounds good. I will tell you how I'm going to vote before it all goes down on Thursday. So Sam says, okay, thank you. All right. So then last night, the Hive, they continue to count the votes for Rockstar to stay. They're feeling great about Brett and Sam. And they're even saying, like, oh, the other side seems to think that they have Brett and Sam, but they don't. And we do! Are you sure about that? So they feel like they definitely have 4 votes to keep Sam between to keep Rockstar, Brett, Sam, Fessy, and Scotty. So they feel really good about it. But then Fessy reports to the group that JC still will not say how he's voting, which is weird. So the group is worried about that, but they're like, you know what? JC is just the 5th vote anyway, and Rockstar doesn't need that. She can stay without him. Okay, so at one point last night, Haley and Fessy were talking alone in the HOH bathroom, and Fessy goes and sits on the counter that holds the sink in the bathroom, and he breaks it off the wall. Oh my god, so this thing comes crashing off the wall, everything falls out of the drawers and everything. Fessy's just like, it's good, we can fix it, we can fix this. No, you can't, okay? No, you can't. They're lucky they didn't have some sort of freaking pipe break and there's like water squirting everywhere. They got really lucky with that. But Big Brother was like, Fessel, please go to the diary room. About to get your ass beat. No, it didn't seem like he was in trouble, but whoo, that was wild. Okay, so then Haley and Fessy reconvene after, and Haley's like, you know what? You better get JC under control. Who's Jesse? You better get JC under control, because if he pulls any funny stuff again with the vote this week, I will never work with him again for the rest of the summer. And if I have the chance, I will take him out. So obviously, Fessy's not happy to hear this because he is very close to JC. He believes everything JC says to him, which is a mistake. When is this guy gonna learn? But then, of course, to retaliate, Fessy brings up he was pretty annoyed that Brett gave Haley a massage earlier. And then, of course, she brings in, well, you were all over Caitlyn when she was here, blah, 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 blah. So it was a classic Fessy-Haley argument. I don't think it's worth it. Like, I think they should just not date because it's too much. But anyway, that's none of my business. So tomorrow is the eviction. I guess maybe we'll see some last-minute campaigning. I think Casey is planning on talking to Scotty and Fessy just to kind of like, you know, cross that off her list, but she's not expecting those votes. And then Rockstar, I believe, is planning on checking in with everybody. I don't think she wants to campaign too hard because Fessy was telling her that it's going to annoy people. So she's just going to be like, are we good? I got your vote, blah, blah, blah. And that's it. So we're gearing up for another blindside. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And until tomorrow, much love.